Hello, I am going to be discussing videos recently about um, what's next after high school, basically picking the right career, picking the right degree, things of that nature. And with this video, I am going to start with picking the right degree. So I hope this helps those of you who are in that boat and those of you who are debating, thinking, which degree do I choose, or even trying to juggle between a couple of options you already know you want. To begin, I would highly suggest that you consider an associate's degree first and take that into a bachelor's degree, because with an associate's degree, you're going to need your general courses, whatever you choose. There's no getting past the general courses most of the time, like 97% of the time, unless you are just going to school for something like nursing or something like cosmetology or something along those lines. Other than that, if you are wanting a 4-year degree or higher, there is no getting past the general studies. So I would suggest getting the associate's degree and playing around with the electives to see what might fit you and what might not, because that allows you to kind of figure out what interests you and what doesn't without feeling pressured. It gives you more time within those 2 years while focusing on any of the general study courses that you need. It gives you more time to think about what degree you can go for, and you don't have to feel like you wasted any classes. The second thing I would suggest is to definitely be resourceful. Don't be afraid to ask questions of people who are already in the fields you are considering. Ask them what they do, what a typical day is like for them, what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, pros and cons basically, and stuff like that. Because a lot of times, people who are already in the fields, I'm sure they understand and they have been where you're at, and that they don't mind answering any questions. You can also, I'm sure, ask if you can do some kind of internship or something where you can maybe possibly analyze how the typical day is, because stuff like that allows you to get a good idea of the field. Pretty much bachelor's degrees will teach you all the knowledge, but it's not going to teach you what a typical day is like in the field or what the role consists of, like if you are behind a desk a lot, if you're on your feet. Believe me, from what I've seen in my own case and other people's cases, when we have gone to school for a degree, you have an idea of what you're going to be doing and like what your career is basically going to consist of. Like if you're going to be sitting behind a desk all day, or if you're going to be on your feet, or if it's going to be mostly hands-on work, you have kind of a general idea of what it is. But since that's kind of one of those funny things that college doesn't tell you exactly what your role is, and on top of that, some majors are pretty broad, depending on what job you get out of college. It can vary from one to the next. You can find yourself doing something completely different from what you originally thought the role would consist of, if that makes any sense. Like maybe you thought you would be sitting behind a desk, and when you get out of college, you might actually be up on your feet with that degree. So it does help to definitely ask questions of people who are already in that field and know what it consists of. The third thing I would suggest is volunteering in your field, whatever fields you are considering, because that allows you to pluck out whatever it is you don't like or whatever, and keep whatever you do like. It allows you to get to know more of what you'll be doing, and volunteering is even good to put on a resume. So there's good side of both worlds there. The fourth thing I would definitely consider is if you are debating between a couple of different fields, 2 fields, 3 fields, try to think of which one will give you a bigger tree of options, which one is more broad. Sometimes you can get 1 degree and take it to another field. You know, you don't, just because 1 degree is called a certain thing doesn't mean you can only use it in that field or that zone. You can sometimes use a degree in multiple areas. It helps to research that and figure out what degrees have a broad range and where you can take it. So that's a good thing to think about as well. I hope this helps all of you, those of you who are debating on what degree to get and trying to figure out where to take your career. And congratulations to those of you. Don't stress about it. Don't try to think about it too much. Just go with the flow, take it easy, and don't be afraid to be very resourceful with it. So, hope this helps.